All right guys, the next axe that we're going to go through is called the Commander. A lot of you guys will recognize this because we used to call it the Raptor. This is one of the most anticipated axes that we'll have created. It's very nice, very slick. We got a full 4-inch coverage on the blade side. It's extremely well built. You'll see how thick it is. In terms of weight, I have the Corporal right beside me. They're actually very similar. The Corporal is 1.85 pounds. This one's 1.75 pounds. The thing that's nice about the Commander is that the majority of the weight is actually on the front of the axe head. So if you see how thick it is in the front, we also have some weight in the back, but the majority of it is actually right here. The thing that's nice about having an axe like that is it helps it rotate quicker. I love the weight of this axe. It's very similar to the Corporal, and the technique that I use to throw the Commander is very similar to the Corporal because it's so heavy. I'm essentially just guiding the axe. So we have a nice American wooden hickory handle. So these are standard for all of our axes. We use the same type of handle. We always do a dual barrel wedges on the head. And all of our axes, I'm not sure if you can tell, come extremely sharp. So out of the box, no sharpening required. There's nothing that you need to do. It's good to throw. The thing that's nice about this axe is it can actually take quite a bit of beating. So anyone who, and I've actually had league members use this in the past, that's why you'll see kind of the paint all over the side, where they've never thrown before, is the first time throwing league, and I wanted them to just beat it up. I wanted them to use it, and they were just throwing it extremely hard, and this thing can take a ginormous beating. So the thing that's nice about this axe is it's probably one of the most durable axes we've ever created. I'm really excited about it, and yeah, in terms of how you throw it, it's actually quite simple. So what you want to do is you want to essentially guide it because it has so much weight. So you, again, just line up, and you can just float it. So when you float the axe, you're essentially, all you're doing is guiding it. You'll notice that in the video, my trajectory was more like this. It's because of the weight of the axe. So I have to adjust the trajectory on the axe in order for it to land properly. I've been sitting on this axe for probably about 4 or 5 months. I've never actually thrown it in league before, and I lost my butcher, and I ended up having to quickly adjust my throw for league night, and I ended up getting 100% kill shot, which is I think the first time I've ever done it. I only went for 3, but it just kind of goes to show you how easy it is to kind of adapt, and actually I'm going to change to this axe permanently away from the butcher just because of how much I love the weight. I no longer have to think about force, especially when I'm dealing with pine boards. When you have extremely hard boards like we do in Canada, there's very little we can do, and we have to throw harder. Harder boards are great for practice. It gets you used to being able to throw hard. So then when you have to throw on poplar or cottonwood boards, it makes it so much easier and simpler to essentially throw the axe. Again, this axe is super, super easy to throw. And the favorite part that I have about the axe is the fact that it's really more of a guiding measure. So again, I pull back the axe. There's not much weight I do in order to release it, and I essentially just guide it through. And so the axe throws itself, it rotates itself, there's very little that you have to do with it. It's one of my favorite axes because of the weight and the way it throws. And again, this one's gonna be coming out, I think in less than 2 months. So by the fall of 2020, by the end of the fall, start of the winter, most likely end of November, these will all be in stock. I anticipate that they will sell out extremely quickly. Again, these things are great for house axes, and they're great even just for regular axes for league throwers to use. So this one is one of the few that will cover the wide variety of throwers where you're starting out or you're a supremely advanced thrower. So that axe, again, is called the Commander. Hope you guys enjoy it. Check it out when you get a second. It'll be out by the end of the year. Thanks very much, guys.